Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. Hey, God is faithful. Can I get an amen on that? I'm wrapping up my report to you on my Ecuador trip, and as I've thought about it, really the bottom line of the whole thing, God is faithful. I hope that through the writing I've done, you have come to appreciate compassion more. I hope that you're even a little bit as passionate as I am about what an amazing organization that is and what they're doing and how it's so good. But the one that is underneath it all is God. He is faithful and He is doing a very good work there. Before we went on the trip, we had this Facebook group where sponsors could kind of get to know each other a little bit. And through that, as well as through some emails from our tour guide, we learned that there were some potential problems. I don't know if you're aware, in April, Ecuador experienced quite a large earthquake, and that affected a lot of people, including a number of compassion kids. And some of these compassion kids were the kids of sponsors, and there was some concern. Maybe they weren't going to be able to get the kids from their home to our fun day. And you can only imagine how that would be heartbreaking to their sponsors who were just looking forward to meeting their kids. Well, we were praying for them, and we were asking God, please make a way where there seems to be no way. You, please make the way. And you know what? He did. Can I tell you, every single kid made it. Every single one made it to our fun day. That earthquake, as devastating as it was for Ecuador, it was not big enough to inhibit God. He is faithful. On our trip to Ecuador, there were little hiccups in the travel. There were some delays. There were lost bags. And you know what? God worked it all out. We all got there. Our bags all eventually got there. God was in those details. I had this roommate, Cynthia. Wonderful lady, but can I tell you, the two of us could not be more different people if we tried. And we laughed about it through our trip. We agreed that at the beginning we both were a little bit nervous that each of us might drive the other one crazy because we're just so different in our behaviors and our habits. But God was in that detail too. As we went along the trip, we realized that He did that on purpose. He put us together on purpose, and He knit our hearts together. And we had an amazing experience, and our faith grew with each other because of our differences, because God is faithful. As we visited compassion centers and we talked with the pastors and the people who worked there, we heard story upon story of God's faithfulness in caring for children, in providing the needs. God has been faithful. It was so exciting to see. I'm there. I'm in Ecuador. I'm not at home. I'm in Ecuador. I'm far away. And I'm seeing that God is faithful. He's meeting people. He's calling people to Himself. He's working in lives. And it was incredible. It was really sweet. On our final night, I was sitting next to a lady at our dinner, and she got up and she was just saying, I want to say thanks to somebody. I don't know who it is, don't remember, but she shared about this post that she had put on our Facebook page where she had expressed maybe she really wasn't going to come because her sponsored child might not be able to make it, that earthquake thing. And she said, and somebody wrote, you know what? God is not surprised by this. And God will use this. And I don't remember everything that was written, even though I'm the one who wrote it. But she said, thank you to that person, whoever you are, because God used that to inspire me to come anyway. And I was just beaming, and I looked up at her and I said, you're welcome. And I hugged her. And how sweet was that? That even God would use my words to encourage her, but that at that moment He would have the two of us seated right next to each other. He was in all those little details. And also on that last night, we heard a testimony from a woman who, as a child, had gone through the Compassion program. And she had, in her teen years, had drifted away. But she was in that earthquake. And she was buried under rubble for 58 hours. And in that time, she sensed God was with her. And she sensed that he was calling her, and she's there in that rubble, and she's praying, Lord, I will follow you. Her name is Kathy. If you would join me in praying for her, I'd appreciate it. But that was another very clear example of how God is faithful. And the thing that encourages me so much, and what I pray will be an encouragement to you today, God is that faithful in Ecuador. But he is no different here at home. Wherever your home is, God is faithful. And whatever you're going through today, if you feel like you're buried in earthquake rubble, if you feel like it's been 58 hours, if you feel like nobody hears you and nobody sees you and nobody knows what you're going through, can I tell you, God is faithful. He sees you, and he's going to bring you through. I know it because I've seen him in action. And so now I pray that you find faith in him, confidence in him, and that you will have a wonderful, Jesus-full day.